Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Derek, and this is Jaden, and welcome to our show, In the Huddle.
See, me and Derek, we're just two regular guys, big football fans. He's a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I'm a Steelers fan. Go Steelers. And we get a little crazy on Sundays, don't we?
Yep. On today's episode of In the Huddle, we'll be counting down our top 5 quarterbacks.
Based on last season's performance and our personal preferences. Okay, let's get started.
So to kick off my list, I have Robert Griffin III. I was really impressed with his rookie season. I really didn't think that he was going to do that well. I thought he was going to do very, very well. Didn't think he was going to do that well. I mean, the guy had a quarterback rating of over 100. That's pretty ridiculous for a rookie.
Don't you think it's a little early to put him on a top 5 list of all the good quarterbacks in the league?
Well, I really took to heart the personal preference part of our list, which really separates us from other lists. If I was picking a team, Robert Griffin III is definitely one of my top 5 quarterbacks because his ability to get out of the pocket, his arm strength, and his arm accuracy.
Yeah, I'll give him that. He's a great all-around quarterback. One of the best, I think.
And also, with his mobility, he can stay in the pocket and pass, which for some quarterbacks who can get outside of the pocket can't stay inside the pocket. So, very impressed with that.
My number 5 quarterback is Ben Roethlisberger. He only played 12 and a half games because he was injured. And I think he had a pretty good season. He had 3,200 yards, quarterback rating of 97, and 26 touchdowns and only 8 picks. I think that's a great year considering only playing for 12 and a half games.
Now, I definitely agree with putting Roethlisberger on the list, especially if it's personal preference. Because Roethlisberger's tough style of play and his ability to get out of the pocket definitely
that's one of the
big on my list, and just overall in quarterbacks.
The way he escapes some of those sacks, it's...
If you can get out of the pocket, you got
for a guy his size, too, it's amazing.
So my number 4 quarterback is Matthew Stafford of the Detroit Lions. Matthew Stafford is kind of a gunslinger quarterback, and if you watch anything on him, you probably know that. He can throw the ball really far downfield with his incredible arm strength, which he also uses on short in routes to his advantage. It's very hard to put Matthew Stafford on this list, I will say that, because this season he only had a 79.6, I believe, quarterback rating, which is definitely a lot lower than you want in a starting quarterback. But honestly, I think it's because of his completion rating. He completed, I believe, 57% of his passes, which also is a little bit low. If that number would have been probably in the low 60s, his quarterback rating probably would have been in the high 80s. So just keep that in mind.
Do you think he'd be a top 5 quarterback without Megatron, who broke the record in yardage this year?
I knew you were going to talk about that.
2,100 yards.
Now, Megatron,
I know he threw for over 5,000 yards, but subtract those 2,100 yards from that.
Now, he'd probably have a 1,000-yard receiver if they didn't have Megatron. I guarantee you he'd make a 1,000-yard receiver.
Take 1,100 yards off of those stats.
Which is still isn't where you want it.
Yeah.
But the ball still has to get to Megatron in my eyes, and he gets it there incredibly well. Matthew Stafford and Megatron both fit each other well. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think that Megatron would be the same player without Matthew Stafford's throwing style?
Maybe. It depends on what team he's on, though.
Exactly.
If he was on the team with, a Tom Brady or, a Drew Brees, yes. But, I'm not sure.
I really think that Matthew Stafford's throwing style fits Megatron, and that's why Megatron has success in Detroit.
My number 4 quarterback is Drew Brees. He had another great year throwing the ball. 3 years in a row now, over 5,000 yards. That's just incredible. No one's ever done it. He's forced to throw the ball more than any quarterback in the league, in my eyes. Would you say the same thing?
More pressure on his shoulders than most quarterbacks to throw the football.
Yeah, he's only 6 foot, 5'11".
6 foot, which is definitely
short for an NFL quarterback.
Very short.
I'm surprised he could see over that offensive line.
Especially the offensive line that they have.
Yeah, they have some
down
big
in
guys.
New Orleans, they have a great offensive line.
Mm-hmm. For our number 3 quarterbacks, we both had the same person, is Peyton Manning. No one thought he would come back from his injury like he did, He had a 105.8 quarterback rating. That is insane.
Peyton Manning definitely surprised me. As stated early in the episode, I am a Kansas City Chief fan, and I was, I guess, hoping he wouldn't have as good a year as he did.
He also beat the Steelers week 1.
Peyton Manning definitely came back from his injury better than probably anything or anyone that I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing for, around 40 touchdowns?
Yeah, 37 touchdowns and 11 interceptions.
Great year.
Yeah.
By
That's
Peyton
an
Manning,
understatement.
especially with the weapons that they have. You could argue Demaryius Thomas is a good wideout. I think he's a good wideout, not as good as Peyton Manning made him look.
Yep.
So now we're getting to the top half of our list. And my number 2 is Drew Brees. Drew Brees is probably one of the best quarterbacks of this era. He was number 4 on his list, which I disagree with 100%. I believe Drew Brees is obviously, in my eyes, the second best quarterback in the league. He's only 6 foot tall, which is unheard of at this level for a pocket passer to be only 6 foot. He's got a heck of a deep ball. His accuracy is out of this world. And he doesn't have a lot of weapons in New Orleans. Nearly any. You can argue Jimmy Graham is probably one of the best tight ends in the game right now. I disagree. Without Drew
He is a
Brees,
good player, though.
Jimmy Graham would
Very
not
athletic.
have the seasons that he had. He is athletic, but I don't think that he's anywhere near any of the other tight ends without Drew Brees. Drew Brees has the uncanny ability to make something out of nothing, like he does in New Orleans. He has very average receivers, and he gets them 1,200-yard season each. That's pretty impressive.
Okay. So, I'm seeing a few gaps on your list. You failed to say Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, who I both think are better than Drew Brees. How is that possible? Because you're at least leaving one of those people off your list because there's only one more spot. How? I see something wrong there. Are you saying either Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, they're not top 5 quarterbacks?
I'll give you a hint. Tom Brady is not on my list of top 5
Why?
quarterbacks.
Why?
Because Tom Brady, in my eyes, has great weapons in
Yeah, he has
New
2
England.
tight ends and 1 receiver. That's
He had
it.
Aaron
That's
Hernandez,
it.
Gronk, and Wes Welker. Now, granted, Tom Brady, great quarterback. Is he probably a top 5 quarterback? Yes, but this is my list. And one thing I don't like about Tom Brady is he's not really a mentor to younger players unless you get on his good side, like Gronk did. Gronk had 17 touchdowns. All of a sudden, they're best friends, which is why I don't like Tom Brady being on my list.
My number 2 quarterback is Tom Brady. Tom Brady. The same Tom Brady that's going to be in the Hall of Fame 4 years after he retires. Tom Brady. He's been to 3 Super Bowls. Tom Brady. He had another great year. 98.7 quarterback rating. Pretty insane. And like I said before, he only had 3 weapons. 2 of them were tight ends.
Only 3 weapons?
Yeah.
Gronk, Aaron Hernandez, Wes Welker, Brandon Lloyd. Julian
Okay.
Edelman had a good year.
Don't even put Brandon Lloyd on that list.
Shane Verron had a good year.
Okay.
Look at his offensive freaking line.
Yeah. He's been good his whole career. He hasn't had that good offensive line the whole year. His whole career. He hasn't had those same 3 weapons his whole career. He's one of the most consistent quarterbacks I've seen.
Now, like I said before, Tom Brady, great quarterback. Great quarterback. You nailed it on the head when you said he's going to the Hall of Fame 4 years after he retires. As soon as he's eligible, you know he's in. Because he is a great quarterback. He's just not on my preference. If we were going top 10, he'd definitely make the top 10.
He better be number 6 at least.
Yeah. Probably 6.
I think on your list he should have taken over for RG3. That rookie that had 3,200 yards.
110 passer rating.
Yeah. Tom Brady only had I don't know, couple, 1,500 yards more than him, but that's okay.
You make a strong point.
Yeah.
Alright, so we were at number 1 on our countdown, and our number 1s are both the same with Mr. Aaron Rodgers.
Who knew?
I mean, come on. Aaron Rodgers, what can you really say about him? He can throw the deep ball, he can throw the short pass, he can get out of the pocket for a big guy, he can even get moving if he needs to. Also, I really don't think he has that many weapons in Green Bay. Feel free to disagree.
Greg Jennings.
Greg Jennings,
I think that's
great
his.
wideout. Great wideout.
Now Jordy Nelson, on the other hand, no.
I don't think he's a good wideout.
Put him on any other team.
Without Aaron Rodgers.
Put him on any other team. Finley too.
Jermichael Finley is a very good blocking tight end in my eyes,
But like, Aaron Rodgers made him into a good receiving one too. Somewhat.
Now, something that Green Bay did with Aaron Rodgers, and you could argue the same case for Tom Brady, they fit their system, which is huge. Jordy Nelson, for prime example of this. Jordy Nelson probably is an average receiver on any other team. With the system that they have in Green Bay, he fits perfect, and he's a perennial Pro Bowler almost every year. So, definitely hats off to Green Bay and New England for picking players to fit their system.
Okay, thank you for watching our show. Many more videos to come.
Please comment, like, and subscribe. If you'd like us to review anything, do any top 5s, please let us know in the comment section or message us. Either one works fine.
And if we use your idea, we will mention your channel in the video. Don't worry about that.
Alright, see you guys later.